Hi, good morning. Good morning, everyone. So this is Dr. Firdaus. Today is going to be a very lovely session. Today is the Friday, our health educational day. So welcome to all the participants. It's a great day. And today we're going to talk about child nutrition. So let's take a look at it. Okay, today my co-host is not here. Never mind, no problem. So please, if you all have any questions, put it on the chat box. All right. And you all have any questions, you may raise hand at the end of the sessions. Okay. So today is going to be a very, very informative session, and it's going to be a very mostly people was waiting for this session. They want to know exactly what is the issues, how to take care of the children's and the nutrition sites, and and many things, especially on this pandemic time. A lot of stress is going on, a lot of issues. We will come to more than less the conclusion. You will understand things better at the end of this session. All right. Okay, before that, a little introduction about myself. For those who are very new, okay, I'm Dr. Firdaus, being in DXN for almost more than 7 years, going to be 8 years, I guess. And I'm being a medical doctor for about 26, 27 years, being an emergency physician more than 15 years. So my first profession now is educating people on health, and I'm in DXN. DXN is my first profession. My second profession is medical. I still go to the hospitals and give my service as when needed. All right. So a lot of people may have questions why this emergency physician has choose an option of going into this field. If you ask the question, then I may answer. If not, I may just go straight going into the presentation. Okay. You see this WHO has certified, it says that 70% of the world population is going to be cancer in 8 years, and 90% is going to be diabetic in another 8 years. I believe definitely we will live for another 8 years. Definitely, right? So the biggest question is the children safe now? And what is their future is going to be? But when I generally see in most of the house, the parents is making the kids to be either one of this category or maybe both, because I would say ignorance of nutritional knowledge and the current lifestyle which they are going through, okay, extensively, most alarming lifestyle which people are having, okay. And so-called, they always claim that they are eating very healthy food. And what is really healthy food and what is health, if you ask question? In this informative world, the world is so much of information, and it has been like so flooded, okay, people lost, okay. This is not waving, is practically drowning, okay. In the world of science, we are practicing a science which doesn't make sense nowadays, because too much of interfering into every area, especially the power of human system is been extremely, I would say, it's been disturbed, okay. And reflecting on all the data which we are having compared to like 5 years, if 5 years we have 2000 data, in another 5 years we are having like 100 times more data compared to 5 years back. So the world is so much of information, people not know what to do and which is right, which is wrong. And this is how it fast, it's so fast, people are practically lost. You see this, the back in this presentation, you can see this is a bonsai tree. On your left and on the right, it's the same tree. Okay. Why I'm showing you this is because this is the best, example which I can give you, because In this bonsai tree, which you need to have, if you want a good, beautiful tree, okay, you need to invest your time and your money. And this is very important. Both the trees are the same. Okay. If you really put in your time and put in your effort, health is an investment, right? But what do people do now is they want a quick fix for it. They want immediately. But in the early time, when you really can take care of it, when you need to give attention, no, you neglect. People neglect. The parents neglect. The children's been neglecting. And they teach them a very bad lifestyle. And this is what happened. The same tree, when you really give attention, you care for it, and you give a lot of time, and this how beautiful it can come. Okay. And this is how powerful is the time and the effort you keep giving. When is the best time to take care of your health? When is the best time to take care of your kids' health? When they're healthy. This health has to come from the day one of the child. It is not that I am young, I can eat anything. I am young, so I'm very strong. All that doesn't work. But that's the reason why, when they're old age and a certain period of time, we cannot save a lot of conditions which is not reversible. Okay. Parents are solely responsible for your children's health condition. How many people say yes and how many people say no? Or you want to put the blame on the other factors, the government, the environment, the schools, or maybe God. You want to put the blame on all these other external factors. I personally think it is the parents, because you never teach them. We never teach them what really they need to eat. Once in a while factor, sometimes, and all these things. Once in a while factor is so, alarming. You see, how we get disease? Based on our gynotherapy in DXN, we practice two reasons, okay? This is toxin and imbalance. Toxin is the major contribution to rip our health off and also to compress the immune system, because you can never run away from toxin. You can buy organic, you can buy non-organic, or whatever you can buy. That toxin comes in food, environment, any kind of cosmetics, lotions, every single thing. The moment you wake up, the toothpaste you put in on your brush is the first toxin which you're introducing to your system. That is for the non-DXNers. Lucky, the DXNers are very much safe. Even at that early factor is safe. And in fact, we have less toxin going in. The non-DXNers has flooding themselves with a lot of toxins. This is the difference. And the imbalance. Imbalance is another nutritional factor, that you are not getting what you're supposed to get from the food you're eating. So this is a big problem. But how many people are aware about this? They think they are buying vegetables, organic, and it looks good, it looks big, looks beautiful. They think they are spending a lot of money on makeup, okay, on makeover vegetables. They think, wow, it's good. I buy it from here, I buy it from there. You see? But there is so many organic freak out there, which I call them organic freak, because everything they deal with is only organic. Even the pillow is organic, the clothing is organic, and the water they drink is organic, and every single thing is organic. And these people will have more disease because the mind is so much corrupted, where it doesn't have the natural ability to fight or to protect. Okay, this is the issue. Is your food safe? Is your child's food safe? Are you putting the safe food for them on the table, on the plate? You got to ask this question. Okay, I don't think so. It is extremely dangerous food. Okay, let's go in. Okay, the answer is no, it is a total poison. Okay, let's see which are the poisons you are eating. And every time when I see people, when they, cross to my standard of, dietary, so I always tell them, this is a poison. Very common, I always used to get this answer once in a while. Okay, but their once in a while is like, 1 week once and 1 month one item once in a while, and every day they have been eating everything in different form. Okay. So let's take a look at what are the common mistakes where people do. Okay. Harmful, and this one side good, which is juicing. Juicing is extremely bad. Why? God has given you the best blender in the world, which is your teeth, your tongue, your lips, your saliva. Why don't you use that blender to juice? Why do you need to all kind of fancy juicing techniques out there? The best part is, you see, the world has come out. The world is designed now to make people more sick. If you are not smart, if you're not going to play your role well, or you're not going to educate yourself and change your lifestyle, you will be drowned. The world is set sort of like a quicksand, which you go in, you may not able to swim out. It's going to be very hard. Unless before you go into the quicksand, somebody pull you out. This session will pull you out if you realize and you put your hands up and ask for help. If not, you may drown also. Okay. So a lot of places, they think the fresh juice, the can, the peel fresh, and all kind of stuff is extremely healthy. This is what they think. But this is extremely dangerous, and which is very high sugary. Okay, there's only sugar. There's nothing. There's no nutrition there. It's all added nutrition, which your body will never use them. Lab meat. Okay, you see, when you add in nutrition into your food, which is the lab made nutrition. Okay, your body knows there is a chemical. Our body is not a fool. It's extremely smart. God given the best gift ever. And this system can identify which is the natural source and which is non-natural source. Whatever the mother nature makes, the body identified as a food, and whatever made from the lab as identified as a chemical. Doesn't matter how you label them. You may label them vitamin K, D, B, C, whatever, but your body is not going to use them. So it's going to be a total waste. Yogurt. A lot of parents buy this yogurt, Yakult, all kind of this, I don't even know the name. You see, so bad because I don't buy them. Yakult, Vitagen, and all this kind of stuff. There's so many different, good day, bad day. I think I can't really remember. And these yogurts are extremely bad. The selling point of this yogurt is probiotic, okay? Because in this current world, people think the body is such a fool, cannot produce probiotic, cannot identify probiotic, and they need to give probiotics because what people know is you don't know a lot of things that about the body, how powerful is the system. So they give one kind of pathetic, low quality, sugar colored, artificial stuffed of probiotic. There's only a very little margin of probiotic which is added, and rest, the balance is poison. That's what people are being giving their children. You see, when I go and buy my groceries, I used to see people's cart full of this kind of stuff. You can make your own probiotic, you can make your own yogurt, you can make your own drink. How you can do that? You see, most of the DXNs, what they do, they throw in all the nutritional stuffs into the yogurt. And the yogurt turns out to be a mind-blowing nutritional, content yogurt. Such a beautiful stuff. You can do that. Okay. Popcorn, obviously something that is so good. And this corn syrup, which is added in the popcorn, and the way how they do it is all very dangerous. Honey, comes to honey. Okay. Honey is another factor. Okay. You see, there is no more bee. Where do you get honey from? After the GMO world came, the whole line of bee has gone. Unless there is some companies like DXN, they manufacture their own honey in high controlled environment. If you were to get any honey like this, yes. But the question is nowadays, who to trust? That is the biggest question. A lot of companies are coming out with honey and this and that. You see, when the local market here, when you go to Cameron Highland, You can see a lot of these orang asli, the Aborigines here in Malaysia, they sell this honey. People have this idea that this honey is coming from the jungle in Cameron Highland. But nowadays, these people, this native, this orang asli are very smart. They know the value of money, and they know how to do business. So people are supplying this honey to them, which is factory made, which is sugared. Okay. Well, I don't know what sugar they use, maybe brown sugar or what. It looks like honey, but it's not honey. But this has been sent from Ipoh or Perak or somewhere, and they put it in Cameron Highlands, claim to be it is from the jungle there. There's all these sort of business techniques is being applied. Okay, when you see a natural honey, and if you were to look at them, you should know. Common sense will tell you whether it's a good honey or not a real honey. When there is no bee, where does the honey comes from? The only original honey I would say is if you call your husband, the ladies call your husband honey, and that could be the original honey. And the ladies, the husband called the wife, who could be the original honey. Don't go and look for, honey out there. And this honey can, any, artificial honeys which you give to the child is been very dangerous because it is just sugar. You are giving a concentrated sugar, which is very dangerous. Okay. And comes to all the canned food, especially spaghetti is something very common, and people love spaghetti. And this spaghetti, you can see the canned stuff. Okay, yeah. Okay, the canned stuff, the tomato puree, okay? And this, a lot of things in tomato they make for spaghetti and all this. This is, they even do this kind of stuffs in this kind of tomato puree without using a single tomato. But there's a lot of chemicals, a lot of things being stabilized, every lot of sugars and things added. So you can do your own type of sauce and ketchups and all. So if you were to use the natural ingredients, that will be a good idea. Okay. You see how much of mistakes have been happening. And obviously, this is something that any house has children. Now, even the adults eat more than the kids, So you can do the good one. And obviously, the cabinets are all flooded with the bad ones. Okay, artificial coloring, corn syrups, and all the blah, blah stuff. But no labels say this is dangerous, this is bad. Every label claims to be good and you have good growth, bone, this, calcium, blah, blah. So they tends to read the label very carefully, okay? And you can see, and you buy bad poison. So a lot of people do not know how to read label, and they do not know how to identify things which is not bad. This is the marketing techniques. So what is bad will be written in extremely small font. So the normal ones will be in bigger fonts. So generally now, if you were take to any adults in the age of like 45, 50, the eye power is extremely bad. So they cannot read anything which is very tiny. Okay. Go and take a look at all the stuffs which you buy. Can you read the label or not? No, you cannot. The same goes to the medical, hospital medications. When you buy the original drugs, it comes with a sheet of paper inside, all the details, all the, pharmacopoeia, side effects and all. You cannot read anything. This is too tiny. Unless you use a magnify, you enlarge it and then you read. But how many of you are going to do that, right? And then comes to these fizzy beverages, okay? This is extremely another mind-blowing, dangerous stuff. And this is what people are drinking like water, okay? A lot of kids are living on this. They do not drink water. So the parents think this can be replaced with water. You can do your good stuffs. You can give something to kill them as well. And this is the major contribution they're doing along with this statistic of WHO for another 8 years. You're preparing your candidates to become a cancer and diabetic. And processed meat, nuggets, hot dogs, hamburgers, all kind of processed meats. I don't know, people only can be out of their mind to eat this kind of food, and or they feed their children. I will never do that. because we are the adults know, and we should have more extra responsibilities. No processed meat can be a good meat. Even current, the quality of meat in this any country is extremely bad. I hope you all get this message very clearly. I hope this really goes into your mind and you are taking note of this. This is something not that, a thing that you should take it very lightly. Okay. Potato chips, and this is where the salt comes from, the abundance of salt. Salt and sugar is something that you can, it's very important in food industry. When you manufacture, you need to add these two in to capture, to cause addiction to people. This is why they use a lot of corn syrups, sugars, and also salt. See, you can do your own potato chips if you really want. You can even, roast them, or, you have right dehydrator, you can do. But you need time and you need to put in a lot of effort to do this. Now, the biggest, most expensive thing in this whole world is time. Work from home. Work from home is another major disaster now, that everybody is working double the time what they were working before. So they do not have any time for all this stuff. So they are very good. They have the money. I see people working from home, they have more money, but they don't know how to spend them. So online ordering is the best currently. So what they order, this kind of rubbish. This is what they call junk food. Even the people have commented, doctor, how can you say the food is rubbish? What do you call junk? People told me, you cannot say food as, rubbish. Yes, how do you call junk? Junk food. This is junk food. Okay. So you have a choice of making your good and lovely potato chips, or you can buy, the tasty and horrible, most poisonous stuff. Or this is another delicacy of the young and the adults. And this is what they call pizza. I don't have to tell you this. Okay, this is pizza. Everybody knows this. When a child, when you show them, he said, this is pizza. Wow. It looks nice, it looks very tempting, right? This is extremely dangerous. There's no good part of it. You can't do a good pizza, healthy pizza. If you eat something at home, you do a fiber-based base, and you put in a lot of other nutritional stuff, yes, still you can do, but I don't think people will put that much of effort, and the people have so much of a big oven or something like that. See, this is the most dangerous inflammatory food. Okay, too much of inflammatory food they are eating and they're consuming, and this is what people are living on with now. Okay, let's see what is the inflammatory food is here all about. So flour and sugar and milk. Okay, flour is the bleached white flour. Sugar is all type of sugar, I would say, not in daily basis. Okay, I believe in God-made food, not man-made food. Anything which is man-made, it is extremely hazardous and it's not good. But practically, we do not need sugar. We don't need sugar. Okay, a lot of people will say, "Oh, then what happened if you don't eat sugar? You will have, hypo." No, every single food comes with sugar naturally, so that sugar will support you. You don't have to add on the sugars. So the adding on sugars is not necessary. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So people are adding on too much of sugar. Too much of sugars you are adding on, and all your food is added sugar, bread, cookies, this, that, blah, ice creams, chocolates. And this is what people are eating for this pandemic. Okay. Don't know what to do. They have money. They have points. They have discounts. They have vouchers. They have free delivery vouchers. Oh, blah, blah, blah stuff. Okay. Let's see. Wow. Look at that. And this is foodless food. They call it foodless food. If you even give me some money to eat this, no, I definitely will not touch the, donut and all this stuff. That much of poison, foodless food. This is not food at all. Okay. Okay. What is happening is flour base. Okay. Flour base is, a date bread flour is everything is called enrichment. You add on a lot of stuffs to enrich the nutrition there. And just a minute. Okay, they have add in a lot of nutrition there. And this nutrition, which is chemical based nutrition, which is not natural. And what happens is this chemical, all the different types of chemicals they use to bleach. Why do they need to bleach? Because they want to improve the storage capacity, the lifespan of the flour. If those days when you buy white flour and you keep a lot of little tiny, bugs will come and eat them, and this is the issue. But now the current bleach flour, what you put them in a side, no bugs will come. So even the bugs don't eat them, but we are eating them. So that much of poison is there in this bleach flour. Okay. And then what happens is when you bleach, when you put in the chemical, okay, and it mixed with the protein and the concussion and it comes with alloxin, and it produces alloxin. Alloxin is another very highly dangerous chemical which they use to induce rats in the lab to cause diabetic for them in the research. So the flour-based food is one of the major contributor to make a patient a better diabetic, a faster diabetic, a diabetic champion, something like that, So most of the diabetic patients, definitely they will be on so much of flour-based food. In my experience, the first thing always I ask them is a diabetic patient, are you on flour-based food? Okay, it has to be, because you damage the microbiome in the stomach. You see, what happens when you start to feed your children with bread? Even you tell them a million times, do not eat bread, do not eat bread. No, they will never listen. It will take at least a year, 6 months to a year to stop eating bread. I don't know why it's so difficult, because convenience sake, fast sake, and all these things, until somebody dies in the family or somebody has extensive damage in health, and then they will stop. Choice is yours. Okay. If you want to give a shot, go ahead. If you trust, stop it immediately. So go and Google about this alloxin. What is it used for? And this is and also what happens is this bleach flour goes in, it damages your microbiome in your stomach wall, and you drop the efficacy of digestion and absorption of nutrition. And then goes damage continuously your small intestine and then the large intestine as well. In all these scriptures, in all Quran, Veda, everything is written, Bible, disease starts from stomach and colon. But nobody takes care of the stomach and colon. Who cares? I'm good, I'm young, I'm strong. But one day, all the young people will come old, the strong people will come not strong. So is that the right time to change? Flour base, what is the danger? You see, it destroys the wheat germ oil. There is some oil in the, in the seed that gets damaged. All the milling process damage the entire vitamin E content, and every of the nutrition comes in in the seeds of the grains. It is gone and contains only poor quality protein, okay, and fattening starch. And this is what is so dangerous, and also a lot of chemicals going in. And at the same time, it will also bleach your stomach as well. Okay. And this is what happens. I'll tell you a simple example. A child who's taking a bread will have extensive amount of eczema and poor quality life, okay, skin problem. Below the waist, you can see the leg. It should be a lot of black spots and all. which I'll also go through a couple of slides to show you what is malnutrition and where is the damage is taking place and heading to. And all these things will happen. And constant stomach discomfort feeling, bulging stomachs and constipation and obesity is another factor. All these things will come along. And this will cause leaky gut in a very, very, very young age. Leaky gut. Flour, milk, and sugar. Sugar is not so much of problem, okay? But the flour and the milk is the biggest damage. And this flour is low nutrition, nothing. When you bleach the flour, it drops all the nutrition, almost 50 to 70, 80% on certain. So why do you need to eat this? Another question now you may ask me, so can I take unbleached flour? This is the second question. So can I take, gluten-free flour? All these questions will come. If you take in a very, very small amount of quantity, it's still okay. But my question to you is why you don't have any other options? For the Indians, you can always have, you see, all the human, in our culture, bread is not our staple food. Bread is not our common breakfast items. We add different types of traditional breakfast. Italy, thosai, puttu, appam, so much of things. The Chinese always have porridge, good rice-based noodles and all. But now the convenience say time is a factor, and this is been the staple food. A lot of people has forgotten what is food now. You see, this is the way. And then comes to GMO. There's one milk part also. The milk is so much dangerous. The processed milk now, the current one, change the milk into yogurt will be the best. Are you feeding GMO to your children? This is the biggest issue here. GMO is extensively dangerous. And also, you are making the babies become the lab rat. Okay. Our baby deserves better than GMO. Okay. They've been like a guinea pig, and they've been fed into a lot of different types of hormone, these, that's, and all. So another thing which, I wanted to tell you, you see, for children who are consuming so much of chicken is something extremely dangerous. Give them as low as possible, or stop eating chicken, or go to the natural rare free range chicken, they call it, free range chicken, which is not injected, no antibiotics and all. The chicken's been, slaughtered after under 20 days. Approximate 1 kg is about 25 to 29 ringgit. Okay, that's the price. And these chickens are the good chickens. This is good as those days chickens like 50, 60 years back, what we ate. Okay, that kind of chicken. Okay, whatever you're buying from the market, it is extremely bad quality, which is injected with high progesterone and estrogen. When the children are eating this type of chicken, they tends to develop breasts. For the male kids, they develop breasts. Okay, that's why now you see the boys, they have very huge, bigger breasts compared to a lady, a woman. And this is one. And you can see the size of the hip of the male will be broader. And also the egg is, we call this egg as haploid egg, single chromosome egg. Okay, you go and can Google what is haploid egg, haploid. And this is a single chromosome egg. There's no double chromosome in this egg, and this is all injected egg, the egg without life. And these eggs also comes with a lot of dangerous stuff inside, which is high with progesterone, estrogen. And also don't have balanced omega. 369 omega is extremely important to have a balanced system in the, in our body. And this is another prevention. Like why nowadays a lot of people are getting this heart risk, cholesterol accumulations and all this kind of blah, blah stuff, atherosclerosis, artery narrowing, hardening of arteries and all these things happens because you are not consuming balanced omega. Okay, this is really, really terrible. There is some blood tests to do these omega balance studies. You can, request if to your personal doctors. Okay, 3, 6, and 9. They don't have this balance. Why? Because all the animals is being fed with corn. They've been eating corn. So how much of problem that we human have when it comes to food, that much of problem the animals also facing, because they are not free to choose their diet. They have been controlled. They have been fed with all the hormonal-based stuffs to grow bigger, to produce a lot of milk. And this is what is being given to us as well. So this is so much dangerous. So a lot of children nowadays has been fed with chicken. Chicken is something very common. Every religion, commonly add, better than fish, because fish has bone. Chicken is so easy. And also some parents go and grab these nuggets and all this, frozen stuffs, because cheap. It's so cheap, okay? And it's so much extremely dangerous, okay? So do you want to feed your child with this stuff? Comes to GMO. GMO never been proven safe, okay? Because the consumption, the research on GMO, it is not proven safe. It's very short-term research. The GMO factor is good for the farmers. Heavy, big, large, fast. This is what GMO is all about. And they save them from, pesticides. They implant a lot of stuff. But they also have research saying that GMO is not bad, it's good and all these stuff. But you will never know what is the outcome in 5 years or 6 years. No, it takes 10, 15 years. Who's going to keep track of this? So if your child is going to go on too much of GMO products, when the child will reach the age of 25 or 30, who's going to blame the food? Nobody blames the food. The lifestyle issue, you are old, your mom has this, your father has this, do you have this? And this is what all the science says. So nobody says, no doctors ask a question, what do you eat? Now you have this disease. Give me a breakdown of your lifestyle. When I see my patient, the consultation for one single patient takes me almost 1.5 hours. They have to go through the entire process. What do you eat? What do you drink? How you eat? When you eat? Every single thing has to correct, and have to teach them back what to eat, how to eat, when to eat. These 3 things as people have gone haywire. What to eat, anything can eat. How to eat, you can eat however you want. You're sitting, running, standing, upside down, you can eat. Okay? When to eat, 24 hours you can eat. If people say rezeki, I don't know what the hell is rezeki. I'm totally lost when it comes to this. We order, we make the choice, and what is that to be rezeki? Unless it drops from the sky, that doesn't happen. Okay? So this is what has been happening. So GMO has never been safe. Okay? And nutritional changes, impact the children, because children are eating to build organs and the tissues. So they need an attention on, they are growing. So children are growing, they need a lot of good nutrition compared to the adult. But the requirement of nutrition, the adult and the children, is almost the same types. Not that child needs anything special or so much, no. But we already grown up, we still manage with the nutrition. The children eat smaller portion more frequently. They need nutrition in high quality because their body is building structure, building protein, building cells, bones are growing. So they need a proper nutrition. Okay, so but this is where you can see a lot of children are having extremely retarded, and a lot of medical issues been coming. And this is the reason why too much of genetically modified. You can't run away from this. Okay, you don't have now non-genetic, non-GMO products, very, very less. What are you going to do? What is the option? And mostly, yeah, all the animals and this and that, everything has been on corn. That's another thing. And children consume too much of milk because the science says milk is so good. Food is not good. For goodness sake, until the age of 2, you can give a child milk, and after that, the child is fit to eat full-fledged food. It has all grown teeth and all. But what to do? The pediatricians and there's so much of the science has been like in the way that they are promoting milk more than the food. Even the food is equally damaged, and also the milk is equally damaged. So this is the alarming situation here. That is why in this technological world, we are producing more disease. I may be wrong. People might think, maybe I don't know how many, today we have about almost 70 people. They may someone from science and some maybe on medicals and all. We may have a question mark, what this guy is talking. If it in this technological world, science world, why we are not having less patients? Why we cannot handle viral issues such as pandemics and all? Why the immunity is so bad? Why? What is the question? What is the answer for this? The health is not getting better. The technology may get better, facility may get better. You may have devised equipments and things like that. You may have, technologically advanced operations all can be done, but the human system is not improved. That is my point here. And GMO has a high risk. Creating a lot of allergic situations now for children. And this is another a big issue. Now you see there's so many children are having a lot of different types of allergy. Okay. And every time in the clinic, there are a lot of patients who used to come and ask me, I'm allergic for this, I'm allergic for that, can I do an allergic study? Allergic study, I've never found anything that, you're able to track back. I always tell them, you go and do your own allergic study, from, your food you eat. The allergic stat, what we do, we have a standard parameters that common food, which is allergic, that's all. But mostly you don't need that allergic standards there. Okay, comes to the deficiency of nutrition. You can see any nails, you can go and check. These nails indicates deficiency of nutrition, malnutrition. All right. And this is another brittle nail, and all this, the nail cuticles and everything is like splitting, and all this is malnutrition. So you may have a lot of, chipping off here and there. This is also malnutrition. A lot of people have this nowadays, okay? And the white spots on the finger, the nails as well, that is the minerals and calcium deficiencies. And this fungus, okay? This is kind of fungus. This is very difficult to be cured. And you can see all the red spots above the nail bed, and that is all inflammation due to fungus, okay? And this is also due to malnutrition, nutrition deficiency. And this is patricium. This is kind of like toxin and also imbalance of nutrition. Those days, we used to see this in hospital only for the elderly patients. Now, the young ones are picking this up, which is in the age of like 20, 25, 15. And I really do not understand, because the consumptions, inflammatory food is so great until this patricium can grow and, and cause so much of problem. Okay. And scaling your feed will start to scale with a lot of, this kind of, you can see the picture there, and this is what it shows. This is alopecia. This is also another nutritional deficiency issue. Okay, this is very common. A lot of people have gone bald with this if you don't get treated. You have a lot of cracks in the tongue, and this is also malnutrition. Okay. And this flat feed is another big issue. Now you can see very common. A lot of people have this. This is also nutritional deficiency. Why? You don't have a proper structure to support. The body is too weight, heavy, and all the weight comes to your feet. If you're 90 kg, now you see the children are too much grown up. 10 years old, 90 kg, how the body will support. On top of that, the nutrition is so bad, no activities is going on. So poor tendon, poor tissues, poor muscles, and this kind of child will not have muscle. This is a big problem. Okay. But a lot of people think this is normal, this is common, but they only become a problem when there is a pain. When there is a pain, they may go to the hospital. If there is no pain, nobody bothers about it. So this is another nutritional deficiency issue. Okay. One of the main reason is nutrition. Okay. Let's see what is the nutrition. You see, you cannot go back to the good old days like 40, 50 years back. The best nutrition, what the DXNS has been using. So the non-DXNS, if you are here today, please grab this spirulina and eat them as much as you can. Save your family with this. You can go to my YouTube channel and you can Google, look for the spirulina YouTube, and that will show you how powerful is the spirulina. Okay. And the spirulina has been a superfood and has more than 370 to 400 over types of nutrition in it. And it has everything, very, very important nutrition. Spirulina is so much, anytime is better than chlorophyll. Okay, they have a lot of articles saying that spirulina cannot be given for pregnant mother. It cannot be given for diabetes, cannot be given for kidney failure, cannot give for cancer and all. All this is a myth created by competition people, and this is not true. Spirulina is very, very nature. It's more nature than chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is one part of spirulina. Spirulina is a full-fledged food. A born baby, 1 day old born baby can take spirulina and not chlorophyll. So chlorophyll is not a food. Spirulina is a complete food. I may be wrong. Maybe people may think, I'm talking, this is just a medical talk or some things like that. Why do WHO recognize? Why do some recognize spirulina as a superfood and giving and handling the malnutrition for all globally? And why do NASA, okay, the space aeronauticals is on spirulina? This answer the question. And gamma linolenic acid, which is in mother's milk, and the second you can get is from spirulina. Spirulina has a full structure protein. And this current pandemic situation, everybody wants to save yourself. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't have a good immunity in this period of time, if your health is not really good, you don't have a good immune system, you're going to lose the battle. You might be taken away by this virus. If you have a good immune system, you will be the winner. So choice is yours. If you still are not understanding the factor of health, the factor of immune system, what you need to do. You see, why now the pandemic is so hard? All the pandemics, all over, if you see the whole entire history, it's about building immunity. You vaccine, you don't vaccine, and all this, end of the day, will you able to build immune system? That is the question. For that question, the answer is on your plate, on your food, what you're eating. So spirulina is really an helping factor, because for immune system, for cells, you need good protein, a complete source of protein. The complete source of protein is in spirulina. No doubt about it. The greatest food on earth is only spirulina. You may go in Google anywhere, and this is what it says. Okay. And this is superfood. Yeah. Okay. Comes to the other aspect where you can save your children and save yourself. Today's talk is covering most of the children, but children is also human being, and they are still growing, and even it applies for the grown-ups. Okay. The grown-ups are the image for the children, and they see the world through the grown-ups. Okay, don't apply today's techniques or today's talk only for the children as though the grown-ups are so perfect. The grown-ups are so sluggish and so unhealthy, at where the children are copying what they see, which is wrong. So the first correction has to be done on the grown-ups and then on the kids. So please, exercise is very, very important. But do the children move nowadays, especially in this COVID and lockdown situation? Who said you cannot move internally in your house and so on? Even when you don't have this pandemic, nobody do anything. But now all the blame will be put on, we are in lockdown, we are not allowed to go out. As though in those days you've been running like 10 kilometers a day. This is a family. And this is what everybody is staying on the phone, the whole family is on the phone. Everybody has a gadget and everybody has, everything in the house, PS5, 10, 20 and things like that. And sitting in front and growing fatter and fatter and fatter daily. And this is what handles the days, all tangled up with so much of different gadgets, and pizzas is there and food will be come to the doorsteps and no movement at all. Life is your choice. You can have a good choice. You can rebuild back your immunity. And this is the example. So for the DXNers who knows about Sunya therapy, you may apply this. Teach the young ones. The children are so easy to teach them in the younger age. Okay. You do anything, they follow. So what is wrong? What is so difficult? It's such a simple stuff. What to do? The adults don't want to do that is the problem. Water. Water is given by God for every of his creation. But how many people are drinking water? There's so many kids, I've seen kids, I've consulted parents, the children do not drink water. Why? Water was not introduced in the childhood. Everything is like a mixture, tasty, good stuff, healthy, isotonic, all kind of gimmicks and rubbish, and that make them become extremely unhealthy. God has created water for all his creation, plants, this and animals, and even human beings. And top of that, we have two advantages by coffee and tea. But choose the right coffee and right tea. For the DXNS, you're on the safer platform. You have the best tea in the world and best coffee in the world. For the non-DXNS, come abroad. Okay, so the water is so important. Why I say that is, you see, we know that 65 to 70% of the body eats water. The brain, kidney, lungs, blood, muscles, and heart, eye, everything is water. And this is why what happens is over the years, after a longer period of time, and everything gets rusty, it's because you don't even put in a good amount of water there. The water is very important because this is what it creates, okay? Tryptophan creates, this comes from the food and then it creates serotonin, and serotonin produces melatonin. This is very important chemicals, hormones for a developing child. And now these children don't sleep either. I don't know what's really happening. I don't know why do MC or children do not sleep. And who said they only need to go to bed when they go to school? Since they don't have school, they don't need to sleep. And I don't know where this idea, the parents get this kind of idea. Sunshine. No one gets sun. This is all the myth claiming that sun is bad for your skin, it causes cancer, and all this is total rip-off information. The mother nature never goes wrong. God never goes wrong. If you say sun is not correct, sun is cause damage, Now, what is the God doing? Is it right or is a fool? We make a lot of conclusions. This is what I said in the early, of the presentation. This is drowning. People are drowning in the information. They take everything as it is. They must put, who asked you to go in the hot sun in the afternoon? You should go in the morning. But what to do? Morning is so difficult to wake up because people are sleeping at 3, 4 o'clock morning. So the evening also is so crucial. People are having tea and in front of their programs, TVs and all. So they don't see the sun that much. So sun has a lot of powerful modulating of vitamin D and so much blah, blah, blah stuff on creating a good defensive system. It doesn't mean they're locked down. You cannot go to your veranda or you cannot go out. You cannot get sun. I do not believe that. You need to have a balanced life. This is very important. But every single thing you need to be balanced. But do you have that kind of balance? No. Right? So the balance is not there. This is more well defined what is balance. Body, spirit, mind, all this has to be balanced. So body and mind cannot be separated. If you can balance the body, you can balance the mind, you get the spirit. Spirit is equivalent to soul. This has nothing to do with religions. Okay? The spirit, the soul has to balance, and then you get a tranquil mind. This is very important. All this comes if the nutrition is balanced, your mind is balanced, where the DXNS who knows Sunya therapy, that is where it helps you. And then you produce a good soul. And that gives you the balance. So human system is extensively complex and such an easy system to understand if you have a vision with discipline. Air. See, the mother nature do not need human being. We are the burden to the mother nature because we are destroying the whole world because of our bad beings. And that mother nature is still trying to compensate and all this and still helping us by giving oxygen and so much so, and yet we do not appreciate. For those who are living in air-conditioned indoor, please cut down your times you spend on the aircon. And that is very, very important. Don't put your aircon in 16 when you go to bed. 24 hours, at least 8 hours you spend time on the aircon. The balance without aircon is fine. But now what people do, they only spend 4 hours without aircon, 20 hours they are in aircon. Okay, the domestic cats and dogs is also driven into this, and they are also equally unhealthy as the human, how they have been living now. I've seen extensively obese cat, obese, dogs in what to do. They sleep in the aircon. Some houses to aircon is 24 hours. This is really bad. Okay, so pure hair is very good. Let the nature decide and let the nature do what it got to do, and the contribution of the nature towards the human has to be correct and right, which can never go wrong. Mother Nature doesn't do things wrong, and we are the one who causing extensive damage to the mother. Sleep. Get enough sleeps for your children, please. Doesn't mean lockdown, school, don't have school. Go to bed early, wake up early, the adults as well. This is the best method. The rest of the days you can do anything. Don't let them play with the gadgets over the night. This is really bad. Kids at least at 9, they should go to bed. But who said the MCO lockdown you can? The government didn't say you cannot sleep at 9. They only said don't go out. But that also, we are so good that the government is doing a lot of hard effort. They're putting in so much of effort controlling, but not putting a total lockdown. We don't want to talk about that. Do your part correctly. So save your children from all these habit disciplinary issues. And we have so much of pandemics issues, stress and all. If you do all these things correct, you will not have this kind of, circle stuffs. I don't even want to go in and, look into all these single things. Everything is negative. Child abuse negative because father, mother is so much of toxin accumulation, uncontrolled mind, no balance and all. Your choice of being is you. You make yourself become unhealthy. You make yourself become losing of opportunity. Opportunity is everywhere. So don't put the blames on others to have a ride on the negativity platform. It's your choice. The most important thing for a human is living with vision. Even you want to have a good health, you need vision. The grown-ups, you have vision when you go to school. Then after that, you are so eagerly waiting. You want to go to a university. Why? University is so big, huge, nice. You're going to get a degree and all. After that, why? The vision has gone on the wind. Nobody has vision. After marriage of children, where is your personal vision? Vision of being healthy, vision of buying things, vision of being good shape, vision of being more handsome, vision of being younger. A lot of articles, things comes out in WhatsApp saying that age is not the factor. Age is just a number and blah, blah stuff. It's only nice to watch. Everybody sends a thumbs up and keeps selling it. But who practice it? Nobody practice it. If you have a mind, you have a concept, you leave what is vision? Vision is dream and purpose. You need to have a dream. You need to want to have something, and you must have a purpose on that. That is vision. A man without vision is uncontrolled life. You don't have a controlled life. You have extremely a fumbling life. This is what is happening. Okay, live a life as what you want. Don't blame others. Okay, how? You see, the right mentality when you have a vision. This is very important. You need to have the right mentality. Okay, if you have the vision, you have things, you know where you're going, your mind will work towards it. You will have the right mentality. Now people say, I'm working from home, I'm working towards 16 hours. That day I spoke to my friend, they're working 16 hours for past 3 months. Work from home. They have big projects, this and that. I got no say for that. But okay, if you work 16 hours, what do you do on your nutritional modality? Nothing. Nothing changes. No time for this, no time for that. So you don't cook. So what do you eat? Something simple and junk. Do you think that's going to recover you from the 16 hours of job? And that's going to create a better sick person. So you have the choice. Right attitude when you have a vision, do and don'ts. You will know what to do and what not to do. You see, this is very, very important. This is extremely important. But a lot of people do not understand this part. Okay, you do not know the do and don'ts. That's why when you don't have a vision, you don't have a purpose of getting up in the morning. So because you don't go to work, so you can wake up as and as you like. So you wake up at 12 o'clock. Nobody will ask you, no boss, no, you are the boss. So you wake up. So why, when you have a boss, you can wake up and you are your boss of your life, that you cannot wake up? So who to be blamed? Extremely, you are responsible for this. If you grow fat, who's to be blamed? You. So the 5 questions, the most important question in a life, every single human being should have an answer for this. You are doing business, you are a student, whoever you can be, and whoever you are raising your children and all, you need to have this purpose. Your children also teach them this. Because you see, when we always say the children, the kids, but the kids is just a mapping of a copying of the adult. They come through you, they grow through you. You are the example. You are the total blueprint of the child. So the first question, who am I? You should know who you are. You must have this answer for this. If you don't have, go and get it. Please write these questions down and you get this answer. This is very, very important. If you're going to a company to work in an MSC company, multinational company, or whatever, you must know who you are. Where is your stand in that company? That will determine a better future. Where am I from? Where do you come from? This is a very important question. Don't come and give me some in one seminar, there's one guy told me I came from Kuala Lumpur. That is an extremely unaccepted, ridiculous answer, because people are not serious in their life. And this kind of kunta kintes or jumbos, will answer this kind of questions. But do not do that. Not everybody do. I believe that, you guys are here for so long and listening to this. I will believe that you take this as an available, information. Where am I from? And why am I here for? If you are listening to this talk today, why are you listening to this talk? Why do you come to this world? And why are you working in that company? And all this, why am I here for? So this question is extremely powerful, and every single time you need to ask yourself, and it keeps changing. If you're going somewhere and you're being there, and you can ask yourself, why am I here? That will clear up a lot of negativity and positivity and the balance in your life. What can I do? What can you do? What is your power? What you should do? This kind of things. What can I do? Okay, where am I going? For example, you get into a train, LRT or auto or whatever. These questions you ask, where are you going? Why do you got into the train? Where are you from? Simple. So when you come to a life, when you apply the same questions on your real life, the answer will be different. It will be more sensible, and you have to think more deeper to get the answer. Simple as that. You don't need a genius to teach you on this. You need little time to sit and get these answers. Okay? If you have a vision on this manner and these questions, you definitely will able to produce a more healthy lifestyle for you, for your family, for your children. You will able to guide them. This is very important. That is why I put in this vision in this nutritional talk. A lot of people only talking about nutrition, but the mind is not there. When you don't have the mind related to the nutritional fact and you don't know all these things, you are not going to fulfill the eco-balance system, and you're not going to obtain a good soul or spirit. Spirit is not a ghost and it's not a God. So thank you so much for the humble hearing. And we go to the Q&A sessions. Thank you so much for all the participants. And please unmute or raise your hand to ask question.
Thank you very much for the wonderful session today, Doctor.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, DXN Raj has sent one question.
Yeah.
Tuberculosis cause the patient 40 plus age. What we follow the food type and our DXN products to take recovered for this patient, giving solutions, sir.
Okay.
So DXN Raj is asking for a TB patient, what are the foods to be followed, and as well as our DXN products.
Okay, the food you need to follow is very simple. Human food. Human food, accepted the flour, bleached flour, too much of sugary stuffs, milk. Other than this, give him cooked food. He can take anything. If you're a vegetarian, it's okay. If you're non-veggie, also is fine. But find the real good quality stuffs. That's it. On the food, I don't want to go too much. Okay. Whatever you eat, make sure it sits and chew the food and eat well. That's one. Second, comes to DXN. Give him a lot of spirulina, RG, GL, coffee, our enzymes and all. You see, DXN is the food. When you asked me earlier, what is the food? I would say DXN food. DXN is the food, and your food has to be the medicine, because we don't have anything good out there. Everything has been polluted. Everything has been downgraded. So I cannot give you a module or you go and eat this. No. I eat 50 spirulina a day. Why? The vegetables out there, it's not safe. Mangoes is out, the fruits is out, everything is out. So I cover myself. My food is DXN. So I take more coffee, more lemon tea, yogurt with lemon tea, cocoa. Now I did some cocoa tea, which, I made a couple of cocoa tea, like, 15 cocoa tea. I took 15 cocoa teas. I made, make it very thick and made it into chocolate. I don't know how it turns out. I just put it in the afternoon. I haven't have the time to go and see how it works. On the next Zoom, I'll tell you. So tell this person, TB, it is the imbalance of the lungs, and also, it's a viral issue. So it will be okay. The immune system is good. So work on that, breathings and all the other modalities, Sunya therapy, yoga, breathing techniques, all these will help. So in DXN, what you want to give, RGGL, spirulina, codipine is good, lignopine is good. So cordyceps coffee is good, black coffee is good. So change your food into DXN. That's my answer for that.
Thank you, doctor. And one Mr. Chandrasekhar raised his hand. Yes, Mr. Chandrasekhar, you can ask your question now. You can unmute and ask your question.
Yeah, you may unmute Chandrasekhar.
Mr. Chandrasekhar, are you there? You can unmute and ask your question. I think by mistake he has raised his hand, I believe.
Okay, we put his hand down, and then maybe the others.
So any other questions? Yeah, again Chandrasekhar raised his hand.
Okay.
Yeah. Mr. Chandrasekhar, you unmute and ask your question. No, again God. Success Jana is there. Yes, Mr. Jana.
Yes, Mr. Success Jana.
Yeah, good morning, doctor.
Good morning, sir. Good morning. How are you? Good.
Very good. Beautiful. Doctor, just there is no question, only my comments.
Okay, please. Go ahead.
Very simple. It was really mind-blowing section today, because I attended the same session in Tamil 2 days before. Yeah. And today you add lots of information. Added information. That's fantastic. Thank you, doctor. Long live for everyone. Thank you, DXN. And of course, as doctor said, we can make DXN as our daily food.
Yes.
Thank you, doctor. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Jana and all the participants, kindly note, there is a difference between Tamil and English meeting. Tamil meeting will be there, but in English meeting, a lot of add-ons will be there. So what I suggest, you attend both the meetings without fail.
Yes.
Acha, then now Shivanandam Perumal, you can talk now. Yes, your question please.
Always the Friday one will be the upgraded version.
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Siva, great soul.
Yeah. Good morning, DXN.
Good morning, Mr. Siva.
Actually, I prepared to use the word, but somebody already used out the word, which is mind-blowing. And I'm really, I'm really grateful for the platform, and also Dr. Charles, Mr. Nemi, and also the last actor, always Dr. Ranjan. Thanks everybody.
Yeah.
And also Shell, not to miss her out. There's a lot. The previous sharing was the people shared from India also mind-blowing, because they are 1,000 miles away from here. Some or other, they got a message. So thanks to Shell as well. And this is really mind-blowing. And thank you very much. Thanks everybody. Thank you, Dr. Fidas.
Thank you.
My mentor in DXN.
Oh, thank you so much, sir. Thank you
very much.
Yeah,
thank you, Shiva. Thank you very much. See, the thing is, you people must understand for whom these sessions are being conducted. So please understand, you attend with your entire team. That is very important. Now, Mr. Narendra Babu, yes, over to you.
Yeah, good morning, Nemi. Good morning, Dr. Fidos, sir.
So, good morning, sir.
Yeah. Regularly, I am attending your meetings. It was really mind-boggling. And this session, that the heading you have taken today for the children health, with spirulina. This is the right time in this pandemic situation. The government and the worldwide, they are telling the third wave and the last wave of the second stage also came. The disease will affect for the children.
Definitely.
So the way you have expressed is really for the children's health, which the Ganoderma, which that spirulina contains that GLA, gamma linolenic acid, and how our spirulina is helping. Really, the information is really great, and it is very necessary and essential information for this pandemic situation. Those who are attending this meeting, they will come to know that the children's health is very, very important nowadays. Because in the children, there is no games and they are arrested in the house and they are also getting stressed with the school, education through net, no? So that this spirulina will give a very good micronutrients for the brain as well as for the health, for the total body. Really, today's session is very great, very great. I am very proud to have one more doctor in our panel. Really, thank you, doctor. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Narendra Babu. Yeah, next. Next, Anita Devi. Yes.
Wonderful
Anita?
session, Doctor, today. Sir? Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Very
yes,
low.
continue.
Yeah.
Doctor, good morning, Doctor.
Good
Today
morning.
is a wonderful session, Doctor. With that, I have to share my experience, Doctor.
Yes, please.
I already told about my friend. She last week she called me. How is your son and your health? Arun Gokul, how is your work? Okay, they are fine. I have to buy more RGGL. They have taken, and they are fine. What about your son Akash? He last 1 year before he has taken doctor our DXN products with some issues, but she stopped last 3 months before. Why I am asking her? She replied me, uh, with that eating rice, chapati and idli is more than that for him. In foreign, the people are kept alone after the teenagers. Only we are only doing mistakes. She explained me. Then I was shocked. I keep silent sometimes, some seconds. She asked me, "Are you in the line?" Yes, I am. I am, but I am not. I am not okay about your thoughts. My way of thinking is different from you. Sometimes I quarreled with them, my sons, to take more RGGL and spirulina. Um, what will save our children? The future, only our money? Without healthy food, how save our future generation? So during this COVID, the whole lot of family living together. After a year, they will gone wherever a job or got married, or we have to go take care about them. No, so I am not much worrying about their future or the money, only their health. They will earn more money. Without health, how is possible? So I am going to share that story with that story, doctor. A river nearby a big banyan tree. A lot of birds and animals, monkeys are sitting on the tree and argued them. I am the best. I am so fair. I have much food. I have lot of assets. One day, a big tsunami-like storm came there and washed out all the birds and animals. This COVID situations prove that all. So why I am saying this? Treat all the people with love and humble, because our future generation is are very lazy. That all the people we know, but we have to care about them. That is our duty. No. Yes, doctor. That way I was sad. So thank you, doctor. Thank you so much.
Yes, yes, very true. But the problem is people do not understand. Okay, a lot of people do not understand, or they don't get, how quality is our food currently, and where do we stand. Okay, do not know. A lot of people are very innocent, but it's our duty to be very patient, humble, and to keep educating them. Okay, so sometimes people can be a little, annoying, or they are not ready, or they do not know. But it is always we That's why I always tell, when you share and when you talk to someone, if they are not grabbing it or not taking it, and we are the cost. Don't blame anybody, you. We are not ready or we are not power enough to convince them. So you keep sending him that message and, tell them and teach them and educate them. And we have to do that because the world is so complex and so much of information. Even there's some competitors, they give all kind of rubbish out there, and promoting everything works, like one product works for the entire disease, and the market is so polluted and saturated. So we can't help the situation, so never mind. So whoever takes it fast, whoever attend to the problem fast, the blessed ones. No means we have to keep going on. We do our great job continuously, and we do not really look back, or we do not underestimate anyone. That is what I always ask people. Continuously we keep chanting and going and helping on wellness to everyone. This is my request to every members. Okay. Shell, you may unmute, Madam Shell, please.
Doctor, before Shell, we will finish the questions, Doctor. 4 questions are there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the first question from Deepthi. Good evening, everybody. If a child is suffering from asthma and it has been cured, but at the age of 24, the child sometimes feels suffocated. At the age of 24, how it can be a child? It's adult, no.
For a family, it's always child.
Yeah. The child sometimes feel suffocated, feeling cough in the throat. How can it be cured, doctor?
Okay, just 24 years old, asthmatic, huh?
Yeah, asthmatic was there in a childhood. It has been cured. Now he became an adult and 24 years. Sometimes feeling suffocated and a cough in the throat.
Okay. What we got to do is, you see, go and get yourself checked first. There's any growth or anything like that. If everything seems to be good, normal, if doctors do not find anything, just start them on DXN, RGGL, spirulina, coffee, our Cocozi and everything. The most important thing is keep the food good, keep the food clean. Take them away from all the inflammatory food, which I suggested, the flour-based bread, cookies, biscuits and all. This is what nowadays people have been eating too much. So this inflammatory food goes in and spoils the entire thing. So you're not able to fulfill the requirement of the body. The body, one side is doing so much of repairing, and another side is malnutrition, not getting enough nutrition, nowadays people eat even the spirulina. When we tell them eat 20, 30, they are so skeptical, so worried. They said, wow, so much, you give them one big pizza, why so small, they will ask you. But when you tell them to eat such a blastful stuff here, they are so worried. So this is the thing, it takes time, but please fix the food and start him on RGGL, spirulina and everything. The disease, whatever disease is there, the body will do the correction there. That's what I will say. Body is the best doctor. Please have a due respect for the body. The body will definitely, but before all this, get some proper, medical check and see there is no growth, nothing. The trachea is good, lungs is good, and then start him on RGGL, spirulina. But
thank you, doctor.
Yeah, give a long period of time.
Yeah. The next question is from Varshini N. Yeah. Can mentally retarded child recover by using DXN products?
Mentally retarded means I don't know what is the definition there and how badly this child is being affected. Okay. We in DXN do not fix disease.
Yes.
Okay. We have to remember that. We always tell this, we will keep telling this forever. We are giving, this is a food base. This is a food. The body is the best doctor. You see, like osteotic issues, okay, and any kind of issues like this, the nature will do the correction. If mentally retarded, what is the level of mentally retarded? I do not know. But I have given products and shared these products to a lot of child, these lot of different level of mental issues on these childs. But what happens is the quality of life improve. They do not recover because the damage is so bad, but the quality of life improve in where they become very calm, very relaxed. They do not fall sick. They have good bowel movement. The immune system becomes so strong. They do not fall sick frequently, and all these things comes. Before they start on all these things, they have very moody swing, bowel problems, stomach problem, very temperamental, do not want to eat, because this kind of child, they could not able to explain, they can't speak. So only the pain, if there is a pain, they feel very uncomfortable, very tantrum and all these things. But when you start with them on DXN, spirulina, GL, all these, our Nutri-Z and all, they make them very calm, very relaxed and very good. So what we are providing here is a food. It's a complete super functional food, nutritional food. This food is natural, and it will go in and it will start to do the correction. And what the body can do, up to which level the body can recover back the child, the body will do that part. Okay. But we cannot give any kind of guarantee or anything that, can recover. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, doctor. The next question by Krishna Yadav. Good morning, doctor. My 23-year-old sister suffering from ear problem. In 2017, ear operation done. At the time, doctor said your ear bone is damaged and set a new bone. But in 1 year, ear bleed with water, some wound in the ear and the pain still there. Hearing power is very low. What is the solution?
Start them on DXN. That's what I will say. Okay. And we will see what it goes on. Because a lot of operation has been done, a lot of modification has been done. I don't know exactly what is the cost here, whether there is a trauma issue here, or either it's born like that, or what kind of defect is there, what kind of operation has been, what is the correction done. So don't worry about all these things. You need food. The ear is only one part of the anatomy of the body. The hearing is only one part of the body. There are so many other things you need to be very good as well. Okay, your heart, your kidney, your liver, your ovulations, this and that, and so much of things. For the entire human system, you need nutrition. So why don't you just keep feeding a lot of good nutrition for the entire system? Definitely something good will happen to you. Why do you all look into one area? Only, I want to fix only this particular problem. No, the body doesn't work like that. It's one whole system, one happy system. Okay, the whole system works as one happy colony. You have to understand that. Okay, please start the RGGL nutrition, change your coffee, whatever you coffee or tea, whatever you are drinking out there, which is extensively chemical based, change to a good healthy food. A lot of good things will happen to you. Okay, that's my answer for this question.
Thank you, doctor. And the last question, Samson Delay. Hi, is there any role of gyanotherapy in autistic child, 9-year-old, very aggressive?
Yes, we spoke about this autistic child.
Last meeting.
Yeah, last meting. Please go and see under the Nixon's, child. Definitely the leaders will have the link. Everybody will make. Autistic can be corrected. If it is not so bad, it takes time, need nutrition, it needs the entire. You see, in my talk today, I covered all the areas, the balance. The balance is extremely important. Nutrition is not only one area that's going to, create the whole modality. No, the entire ecosystem, the system, the whole system. Okay, the body, mind, and then the soul, everything works very well. And the time is correct, definitely will happen. A lot of kids has been benefited from DXN in the, acute autism childs. So if they can recover, why can't this child? Definitely can. But it takes a little longer period of time. This is not medicine. This is nothing magic. This is super natural, super nutritional food. So this is nothing to do with medicine. This is not allopathy stuff. It is natural food. It is fit to give it and is safe to given for anyone, any dosage. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, doctor. Thank you very much. And all the questions over. Now over to Shell.
Okay. Shell, you can unmute.
Yes, Shell.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I was
welcome.
waiting to talk because I don't agree with you, doctor. You are a miracle worker. The last meeting, we already heard of the miracles, okay? And like what you shared, it is a holistic thing that we are doing here. What do you mean we cannot fix it? We can fix everything in DXN. We are here to work together and think together. You know why the reason why I first put up the hand was because you all were ignoring the 4 questions that had come up there. And the questions there all were relating to children who are having asthmatic problems and who are autistic. Now, how the thing is, like what doctor you are trying to show everyone that these all just didn't drop down from heaven. They all have root causes. What caused the asthma? What caused the autistic condition? It's because some mistake we're making, and we have to together find out and see whether we can correct the mistake. You see? Now, one of the first mistake that people are making is they don't know how to breathe. Okay? They breathe through their mouth instead of their nose. So they're deprived of nitrogen, oxygen, and nitric oxide. Sorry, not a doctor, so I say wrong things. And you can search it in the YouTube. Now, if your child is asthmatic, you just watch the child when it's sleeping. 100% sure it will be breathing through the mouth. Now, what is the remedy? We've already discussed. Only doctor and our brother Nixon are doing what I suggested, which I learned from the breath expert, There are so many experts, consultants on how to breathe. And they recommend take a surgical tape or masking tape or whatever tape you have and tape up the mouth when they're sleeping. But if you when I suggest to them, they say, maybe they can't breathe. The nose is there for the breathing. So train them during the day. You plaster up your children's mouth, put the tape, so they get used to breathing through their nose. And if their nose is blocked, again, that is a sign that they're not getting enough oxygen and they're not getting enough nitric oxide. And what does nitric oxide do? We already shared it, isn't it? What does it do? The main thing it does is it dilates your blood vessels, and that enables more oxygen to go in. Can you imagine what happens when there's not enough oxygen going to the brain? Not enough oxygen going to the lungs? Not enough oxygen in the heart? You think nothing happens? It's all cumulative. It all, affects the child. So don't downplay it. Breathing very, very important. Okay? So since you're now at home, learn to breathe properly. Even the parents don't know how to breathe. That's a problem. You ask them to breathe, they will lift their breathe in, their shoulders will go up. No. When you breathe in, your stomach must come out like a balloon. It must be diaphragmatic breathing. You learn it yourself and teach your children to breathe properly. And at night, you also plaster your mouth. Train the children during the day, okay? I guarantee you that autistic child and that asthmatic child will have a change. And coming to the nutrition part, I tell you, there are so many wonderful things. There are more than 200. I mean, we are lucky in Malaysia. We have more than 200 stuff from DXN. And you can make wonderful drinks. I found that you can make wonderful concoction with better than all the sodas and the soft drinks that you find in the market. With lemon Z and with cocoa Z. The children are finding it hard to go to sleep. At night, give them a nice hot cocoa Z, they'll go to sleep in a few minutes, you know? And then with the lemon Z, you can put in a lot of very good stuff that we have that you can put in a bit of the spirulina, the powder form, you know? Yeah, and then you can put in, I usually put, because, you know, I'm a senior, so I don't want muscle loss, you know? Senior people, you know, they'll find there's a lot of muscle loss. So I use, you know, there is a thing we have in Malaysia. It's called Gegen Plus. It's a real good muscle builder, you know. So I can put that. Then they have lots of things in powder form, you know, the cordyceps, the lion's mane, the pearl powder. Oh, the pearl powder is very nice, you know. And I mean, you can find what they're good for by looking at your manual. It explains everything. So these things, experiment and make. And why not learn to make nice pizza for the children? Don't use the wheat flour, use cauliflower. I saw in the YouTube, there are so many nice, you know, the base. You can make a nice base for the pizza with cauliflower, you know, and you can also use, try to use a lot of millets. You know, millets is Tamil, they have so many type of millet, you know, kambu and what, kudravali, and I was just doing some research. The samai and all that is so nice and they're so powerful. And your children, the reason why they're having all these conditions is because you're starving them. You're not giving them real food.
Yeah, correct.
You know, you're giving so much of carbohydrates and sugar. Carbohydrates, doctor will tell you, when in the body, it turns into sugar. So what do you expect the poor body? The body, you know, every 120 days, it will die and new cells will be born. And what happens? You starve them. You just give them sugar, 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 water. What is sugar? Sugar also turned to acid. So what are you doing to the poor cells, baby cells that are being born every 120 days? Throw acid at them and expect them to perform? No. That's why they'll make your child retarded. And all the organs will start failing. Eyes won't work properly, ears won't work properly, you know?
Shall move a bit to your left hand side. Your face is only half seen in the camera.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Holding the phone and okay. And the other thing is, I will come back to the paidalagin again. You all are staying at home. You can have nice fun. We call it mutual paidalagin. When I have my, what do you call it? My workshops, I get all of them to, you know, stand in a long queue, and we all start slapping them. We do that carpet bombing, you know, every part of it, especially, you know, along the along the spine. There are so many reflex points there, and so many nerve endings there. They're all linked to every part of your body, to your organs, to your eyes, to your ears, and everything. Okay. So get your children to nice. It's so nice when people are tapping you, you know, on the back. You can sing a song and do that as well. And then you turn around. Then the other, let's say you have 5 children, two parents, 7 of you can stand in a row and start slapping on the back. Then you turn around, you know? So like that, it's quite fun to do. And you can do it, I mean, you can do a dance, you know? When you do a dance, you can learn the Bharatanatyam together, you know? You know, when you're in Bharatanatyam, the dance, Indian classical dance, you know, their feet work is very good, you know, because it starts stimulating all the reflex points on the sole of the feet. And many people, even those of you who got a problem with your eyes and ears and, you know, you'll find that if you're just stomping on your feet, if you don't know how to dance, just stomp, 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 okay? YouTube, lot of new dances there. Just follow or just jump around and you'll be doing paidalajin on your feet. And then do clapping, sing and clap. Clap your hands. Your hand is full of points, you know? So lot of fun things you can do. Play games and teach them to meditate. Teach them Sunya meditation. Even children who cannot count can do Sunya meditation. You teach them with their hands, you know? Each time they breathe in and out, ask them to fold one hand like this, like that, you know? And so, you know, it's the best time to teach them meditation, actually. Have small breaks. Don't do from 30, do 10. 10, 9, 8, 7 is nothing but reverse counting, okay? And I tell you, it does amazing thing to our brains. So especially all the mental cases, both adult and children, Sunya meditation will, I tell you, activate your brain and restore it. I promise you. The thing is, the parents are also not doing. How will your children do? Do it together with them, okay? 3
Right.
times.
Thank you, Shell.
This is the protocol. Morning must at least do 10. If 30 is too hard, of course, if you are advanced, you can do from 100. Okay, the aim is to do from 100. But start with 10. No need to be so ambitious. Okay, so do Sunya meditation 3 times a day. Those of you who want your children to be restored, Sunya meditation 3 times a day and combine it with the proper breathing. You plaster the mouth, okay? So that when they breathe in and breathe out, they are doing it with their nose. And if their nose is blocked, very easy to unblock it. Do you remember? I did teach you all. It's just breathe in and then you go up like that and then you breathe out. Not with your mouth, huh? Just with your nose. Just breathe in, breathe out. Just do 10 times. The nose will unblock. That I learned from that breathing expert, you know. So
thank you, Shell. Lot of sharing, excellent sharing.
They're not breathing properly. It's very, very, if you cannot breathe, can't live long, I tell you. You know, all these signs of not hearing, eyes not working, and all these things, they are signals the body is giving. And we all better take note of it and do something about it. It's easily done. So remember, breathing, exercise is the Paidalajin, I told you. One day I'll try to do, I did do one, short one for, you know, even when people are passing out, you know, they're fainted or, don't be afraid, you know, just hit them, slap them on the inner elbow of the left hand, they will revive. The thing is, people are so scared these days, you know, and our hands, they're very therapeutic. I tell you, a touch is very therapeutic. When you hug your children, it's very therapeutic. When you pat them on the back, it's very therapeutic, you know. Even you squeeze them on the ear, old teachers used to do. It's very good, you know. Do you know there are a lot of points all around your ears? You know? So learn to do super brain yoga. Topakarnam, they call it, you know, in Tamil. Children come very smart. Make them do. Make it a protocol every morning, lunchtime and dinner time. You know, Topakarnam, isn't it? Where you, now I can't, and because I'm holding the phone, you know, you hold both your ears like this, you know, and you squat down. And squatting, very important. Do your children know how to squat? Do they know how to sit on the floor? Many children nowadays can't even squat. So you can do squatting exercise. Teach them to walk like a duck. Squat and walk like a duck. Okay? Teach them to put their, if they don't know how to stand on their head, you just go to the wall. Spend some time, put both your legs against the wall. And while you chit-chat with them, have your legs up on the wall. Okay. So all these things, they will improve your circulation. They'll open up your meridians and bring a lot of healing. And when you combine it with our DXN food stuff, oh my God, our Ganoderma is so super. I just sent Dr. Firdaus that report on that was done on it, you know. And so many nutrients in our Ganoderma. There is more than 400 nutrients. No need to buy 400 vegetables to cook for your children. It's all in the mushroom linseed. Okay? So when you give a cocoa Z, just imagine you're giving 400 nutrients. The poor starving cells are having some food. Okay? You're giving a lemon Z. Wow. Lot of vitamin C. And then there is Canadoma, more than 400. Okay? And if you add a bit of spirulina, that is more than 300. So almost more than 700. You think you can find 700 vegetables to cook for your children so easily? It's all prepared for you. Okay? Instant food. So you can spend your time, you know. So
Doctor, I think we have to have one separate session for Shell.
Yes.
I hope it helps. So all those things, I don't think it's impossible.
Can.
It's all possible. Okay? Just do your breathing.
Thank you so much.
Shell, hats up to you for a wonderful sharing, and Farhad, excellent Farhad. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Over to Dr. Firdaus to close the session today.
Yeah,
thank you all the
because
participants.
time's running. Okay, we will have another separate session. We will arrange, with Shell, maybe Pydalagin modality with DXN, how powerful it can be, definitely soon. Maybe perhaps next week. Okay.
Doctor, before we close, Dr. Puvan has raised his hand. 1 minute.
Oh yes. Dr. Puvan.
Yes, Dr. Puvan, over to you.
Hi, good morning. Because it's really late here.
Good morning.
I can't have my video on. So I'm very happy for the wonderful session. Another wonderful session today. Yeah, mind blowing. It's fantastic. I'm sure it's very, very, very useful to everyone. And Shell had done a fabulous job as well. So I'm just going to add a little bit more to what you have already said. This is for people who are in Malaysia. For children, you can actually use the the spirulina cereal. Yeah, you add to the spirulina cereal, you can add cordyceps juice. Sorry, not the cordyceps, the roselle juice. And then, since you have got the apple enzyme, you just add a sachet of the apple enzyme, and it is really, really delicious. Children will love it. I love it. The apple enzyme that comes.
Yes.
If you can't get the apple enzyme, you can also use the apple jam that comes in the sachets. It's amazing. The taste is amazing.
Yeah.
And for those of you who are in India, you know that, we have already our millet cookies, millet cookies, which comes
Yes,
in,
yes,
which has
yes.
got cocoa Z, which has got our Lindsay coffee, and also one more flavor. I can't remember what it is now. Oh, spirulina. So that millet cookies are, amazing. Children can have it for breakfast. They can mix it with milk and have it as a cereal. So it's already there, and people, I mean, kids love, like cookies or something for tea and all that, like snacks. So this will be a perfect healthy food for them, and also, mothers who are actually serving their children, or serving the family with biryani. Sometimes you cook, mutton biryani and chicken biryani
Yes.
and vegetable biryani. And I actually love my goat biryani. I have it once a month or twice a month. So this is my tip. So what you can do is, once you serve up your biryani in a plate, you take the morinzi juice and you pour the juice over the meat and also the rice. Oh my God, you wouldn't believe, it is so tasty. And not only that, your stomach feels very comfortable. After eating the biryani, you don't get any bloating, nothing. The stomach feels really, really light. So this
Wow.
is one way you can cook delicious food. At the same time, you make it extremely healthy for the family. So this is what I want to share today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So
Thank you,
much.
Dr. Pawan. Thank you very much.
Wow. You made us all hungry already.
Yes.
All right. So thank you so much. You already come to the end. Okay. So please, to all the participants, you all heard all the sharings and all the testimonies and, many things. Okay. DXN is a platform where we are giving a complete super functional food. End of the day, nutrition and food is the only answer to our health. And this is what we can save ourselves and make ourselves more healthy and healthy. Okay. A lot of research says, in many situations, a lot of diseases can be reversed. Yes, it is. But it only will happen with good nutrition and good mind. The mind is extremely powerful. Mind is not brain. Mind is from every single cells has a mind by itself. Okay. This is the modality of the mind. Okay. But any kind of situations can be recovered. The reason I said cannot, or I don't want to take or say is possible, because people's mind is not so strong nowadays, because the mind has been hijacked in many situations due to a lot of other factors. So this is why the Sunya therapy is extremely powerful. So please put some attention to Sunya therapy and practice it. You see, a lot of people are doing Sunya therapy in a wrong way. Why? They think you count reverse, end of the game. So what they put is, you see, the mind is extremely powerful. The mind get hijacked easily. So what they think is, oh, counting reverse, I can do. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, like that, they can count. You put the set in counting reverse. You already given counting reverse is the game. Counting reverse is the game. It is not like that. Counting reverse slowly, but coming calmly. So you have to module the whole thing. I have one patient, when asked to count, they say, I can count until 99, until 110, 0, I can count very fast. You see, this is the thing. So it is
Useless.
not counting only is the issue. Counting, everybody can count. Okay, everybody can count. It is not difficult, but you must count in having the right vibration. So you must bring your mind into it. So practice it correctly. Okay, and then have a good nutrition. You will have a mind-blowing recovery in any condition that you have in, if you want to go and approach people or anything. So why the reason why you need to do the Sunya therapy is to reset the mind, to have a tranquil mind, a powerful mind. Okay, so we have Dr. Lim's website. Okay, or Dr. Lim's website. Please go and Google for Dr. Lim Seo Jin. That's it. Dr. Lim Seo Jin. Okay, that's it, the website. Please, there is a lot of videos on every single thing, on herbs, on Sunya therapy and all. Please listen to that a couple of times and then do it correctly. And with the good nutrition, you will have a very, very fantastic recovery and good health. Okay, so thank you so much for all the participants and everyone, and thank you for Mr. Nemi sir to assist me and being my co-host, and thank you Shal, thank you Dr. Puan and all the participants. Thank you so much. We'll see you on the next session.
Yeah,
Bye bye.
thank you,
Good night.